Our legal maxim for today is writ ab habeas data. The writ ab habeas data is a remedy available to any person whose right to privacy in life, liberty, or security is violated or threatened by an unlawful act or omission of a public official, employee, or a private individual or entity engaged in gathering, collecting, or storing data or information regarding the person, family, home, or correspondence. It is governed by the rule on the writ of habeas data, AM number 08-1-16-SC, promulgated by the Supreme Court in 2008. Literally translated to "you should have the data," the writ was adopted as part of the judiciary's response to concerns over extrajudicial killings, enforced disappearances, surveillance, and unlawful data gathering. Definition and purpose. The writ is a remedy available to any person whose right to privacy in life, liberty, or security is violated or threatened by an unlawful act or omission of a public official or employee or a private individual or entity engaged in the gathering, collecting, or storing of data or information regarding the person, family, home, and correspondence of the aggrieved party. Through this petition, an individual can compel the holder of the information to disclose, update, rectify, suppress, or completely destroy the erroneous or damaging data collected against them. The writ allows a person to 1. Discover what information is being kept about him, 2. Determine how the information was obtained, 3. Correct erroneous data, 4. Update or destroy unlawfully gathered information, and 5. Stop illegal surveillance or data collection. Thus, it is often described as a remedy for informational privacy. Who may file? The petition may be filed by the aggrieved party only. Unlike the writ of amparo, the rule generally requires that the petition be filed by the person whose privacy rights are violated. Against whom? The writ may be directed against public officials, examples, police officers, military personnel, and government agencies, and private individuals or entities, examples, corporations, investigators, security agencies, and persons maintaining databases, provided they gather, collect, or store information regarding the petitioner. Requisites for issuance. The petitioner must prove 1. Existence of data or information regarding him, 2. Gathering, collection, or storage of such information, 3. Violation or threat to the right to privacy, and 4. The privacy violation affects life, liberty, or security. Not every privacy concern justifies the writ. Reliefs available. The court may order 1. Disclosure of information, 2. Updating of records, 3. Rectification of erroneous data, 4. Destruction of unlawfully obtained data, and 5. Other reliefs necessary to protect privacy. Constitutional basis. The writ is rooted in the constitutional guarantees of 1. Right to privacy, Article 3, Section 2, unreasonable searches and seizures, and Article 3, Section 3, privacy of communication and correspondence, and 2. Right to life, liberty, and security under Article 3, Section 1. The writ complements the writ of amparo and the writ of habeas corpus but serves a distinct purpose. Core principles established by jurisprudence. Jurisprudence has strictly delineated the boundaries, elements, and required thresholds for the writ of habeas data to be granted. A. The nexus requirement. The Supreme Court has consistently ruled that the writ cannot be issued simply because someone accessed or gathered personal data without authorization. There must be an essential link or nexus proving that the breach of privacy directly threatens or violates the petitioner's right to life, liberty, or security. Illustrative case, Gamboa versus Chan, GR number 193636-2012. In this case, the PNP forwarded a report profiling the petitioner as someone maintaining a private army. the court ruled that while the state has a duty to dismantle private armed groups, an individual seeking the writ must establish that the collection of such data poses an actual threat to their life, liberty, or security. The petition was denied because no actual threat was proven. Another illustrative case is Lee versus Ilagan, GR number 203254-2014. In this case, the Supreme Court ruled that a regular commercial or domestic dispute involving personal data does not qualify for the writ. Here, a former common law partner threatened to leak a private sex video. The court denied the writ, stating that the petition failed to show how the replication of the video directly threatened the petitioner's right to life, liberty, or security in the context of state-sanctioned abuses or extreme violence, such as extrajudicial killings or enforced disappearances. B. Informational privacy and social media. The boundaries of informational privacy, particularly regarding what individuals voluntarily share online, were tested and defined in landmark rulings. Vivaris versus St. Teresa's College, GR number 202666-2014. In this case, several high school students were barred from their graduation ceremony after photos of them drinking and wearing undergarments were uploaded to Facebook and brought to the school's attention. The parents filed for a writ of habeas data. Ruling: the Supreme Court denied the writ, introducing vital doctrines on digital privacy. It held that if social media users do not utilize maximum privacy settings, like keeping posts strictly visible to only me or limited customized audiences, they cannot claim a reasonable expectation of privacy. The court clarified that the writ protects against illicit data mining but cannot shield individuals from the consequences of what they voluntarily expose to the public. C. State accountability and environmental human rights advocates. The writ serves as vital safeguard for activists and human rights defenders facing state surveillance, red tagging, or illegal detention. Illustrative case: Castro and Tamano versus De La Cruz et al., GR number 269249-2023. In this case, environmental activists Junila Castro and Jed Tamano were forcibly taken by state agents and subsequently presented in a press conference where government bodies threatened to expose information regarding their backgrounds and file perjury charges. Ruling: the Supreme Court granted the writs of amparo and habeas data, highlighting that public declarations by state officials to expose all information they have against individuals in custody constitutes an open threat to their life, liberty, and security. The court directed state officials to comply strictly with data disclosures and protective measures. And D. Presidential immunity from suit. Illustrative case: De Lima versus Duterte, GR number 227635-2020. In this case, Senator Laila De Lima filed a petition for a writ of habeas data against then-President Rodrigo Duterte to compel him to stop collecting and publicly disclosing information about her private life. Ruling: the Supreme Court dismissed the petition, reiterating the long-standing doctrine of presidential immunity from suit. The court ruled that the president is immune from all suits, including extraordinary remedies like habeas data, during his tenure in office, ensuring that the chief executive can perform official duties without the distraction of litigation. Another illustrative case on presidential immunity from suit is Rodriguez versus Macapagal Arroyo, GR number 191805 and 193160, 2011. In this case, the Supreme Court addressed petitions for the writs of amparo and habeas data filed by Noriel Rodriguez, a peasant activist who was abducted, detained, and tortured by military personnel. The court clarified that presidential immunity from suit is concurrent only with an official's actual tenure and cannot be invoked by a non-sitting president to evade judicial scrutiny regarding human rights violations committed while in office. Additionally, the court ruled that the doctrine of command responsibility is applicable to amparo and habeas data proceedings. While it does not establish criminal guilt, it serves to identify superior officials who are legally accountable and in the best position to protect victims or investigate violations. Ultimately, while the court affirmed that Rodriguez's rights to life, liberty, and security were violated by specific military officials, it dismissed the case against former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo due to lack of substantial evidence directly linking her to the abduction or proving she failed to act despite constructive knowledge. Summary of evidentiary standards. Unlike standard civil suits requiring a preponderance of evidence or criminal trials requiring proof beyond reasonable doubt, the rule on the writ of habeas data relies on substantial evidence. The chart below cites the features and description of the writ of habeas data. This slide cites the distinctions among habeas corpus, amparo, and habeas data. Thank you. If you find this presentation helpful, please subscribe to receive notification of future lectures.